Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of how the professional Indian women are doing a double shift. Double shift means that they are working at in their professional life, and also they are handling household responsibilities. And this topic becomes all the more important because in the recent view, if we see the situation, then the work-life balance, this topic of work-life balance is coming up in forefront a lot. The reason being that recently we are seeing that our 26-year-old chartered accountant has lost her life because of the overwork, or you can say the work pressure that she was feeling in her professional life. And there is one more news we have heard recently, that a banker has also lost her life. And this raises the point that is work pressure too much in the professional life, which the women are not able to handle, or you can say the workforce is not able to handle, not specifically about women, or the scenario of women becomes all the more difficult because with their professional life they also have to handle the household responsibility. So we will be delving deep into this topic. So the topic is double shift of Indian women. So the points that we will be discussing would be, first of all, about the news. Then we will be looking into different graphs and statistics, and would be understanding the situation of married women, unmarried women, men, women comparison, then rural life, urban life, and all others. In the end, prelims practice question. Very, very important topic from GS paper 1, that is society, GS paper 2, that is women issues, GS paper 3, that is economy, that is workforce, labor force participation or workforce participation, and this becomes important from essay also. So very, very important point that you need to focus on. And before we move forward, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. The news talks about EY employee death. Working women get only 7 to 10 hours of rest in a day, data shows. So the data is saying that in a day where 24 hours are there, out of 24 hours, working woman is getting only 7 to 10 hours of rest. So you can say that if the working hour of a woman is around 8.5 to 9 hours, and we also take the commutation, so she is giving around 9 to 10 hours of her day in her professional life. Then she will be sleeping for around, you can say, if not 8 hours, let's take it 6 to 6.5 hours. So around 17 to 18 hours is going there only. Then she has to do the household responsibility and all other things. So out of the 24 hours, a working woman is not getting time for herself. So let's see this. Before we move forward, Drishti IAS has come up with IAS GS Foundation course, and this is offline mode. Offline mode means if you want to get guidance or be taught by the leaders or the best teachers in the industry, then you can opt for the offline mode. This is prelims plus mains course in English medium. So Prayagraj is from 3rd October 2024, 11:30 AM. Then Jaipur, 7th October 2024, Lucknow, 16th October 2024, Karol Bagh, Delhi is 17th October 2024. For any kind of query, if you have, you can give us a call at 8010440440. So let's begin with the news. So the data point was recently published. So a data point has been published recently, and this data point has been taken, or the source is Time Use Survey 2019 and NFHS, that is National Family Health Survey 2019 to 2021. So these are the two sources from where the data has been taken, and the data point which was published recently, it shows that how professional Indian women work the most number of hours globally. So this data is talking about that globally, all over the world, it is the professional Indian women who are working for the most number of hours, and this is a concerning point. Then young Indian women in professional jobs such as auditing, information technology and media, they work for around 55 hours a week, and this also depends on whether they have 5 days a week or 6 days a week work. So 55 hours, Now 55 hours a week is way much higher than what is prescribed in the rules. It has to be around 45 hours. Now this translates to 9 to 11 hours of work every day, depending upon whether 5 days a week or 6 days a week. And 9 to 11 hours of work every day is in itself is way too high. Then Indian women are working in newer and demanding jobs these days. So as we see that the labor force participation is also increasing slowly and gradually, and women are now even entering in more numbers in the formal jobs also, even though the highest number of women are still employed in the agricultural sector or in the informal sector like the construction sector, but still the shift is taking place, even though it is very slow and gradual. Then despite women undergoing more stress in office, they still have to do the work at their home, or the homemaker responsibility they still have to perform, and this is what is known as the double shift for women. Now let us talk about, so this chart basically talks about the average time in minutes that men and women across employment groups spent on unpaid domestic and care activities during a day in 2019. So this data is from 2019, and this talks about men and women, how much time or average time they are giving across employment groups spent on unpaid domestic and care activities. So let us see. These are the unpaid minutes. So this is unpaid minutes, and this is the sector, that whether they are employed, unemployed, in labor force or not in labor force. So blue bar is for men and red bar is for women. So let us see. If we talk about the men and women who are employed, it means the men and women who are employed, they have jobs and they are working. So average, a man is giving 166 minutes, while on the other hand the female, even though she is employed, is giving 348 minutes in the unpaid work. Unpaid work means that whether they are working at home or they are taking care of the babies or they are cooking or something which they are involved in the household responsibilities, which they are performing either in care economy or in the or as homemaker. So you will see that there is a drastic gap between the employed male and female. Then let's come to the unemployed. Now the difference between unemployed male and unemployed female. So the unemployed male is giving around 213 minutes, while the unemployed female is giving 376 minutes to the unpaid work. Now let us come in labor force. In labor force means that they are working. So the man is giving 167 minutes, while the female is giving 349 minutes. Now here is also there is a drastic gap between the male and the female. Next comes the not in labor force. Then the man is giving 214 minutes and the female is giving 457 minutes. It means that you will see in every group, that is employed, unemployed, in labor force, not in labor force, that when it comes to the unpaid work, so there is a huge difference between men and female, and the maximum time is the female who are not in labor force, they are giving in unpaid work. So let's see, the professional women are working at around 9 to 11 hours at work a day. So usually the working hours in offices are 8 hours, 8.5 hours, 9 hours, 9.5 hours. Then they spend about 5 to 6 hours doing unpaid household work. Then they get around 7 to 10 hours to wind down and rest. It means that in a day they are getting only 7 to 10 hours. So either they are sleeping or they are taking rest. Then unemployed men spend less time doing household work than employed women. Okay, now this is an important point that you need to see. Now the employed woman is giving 348 minutes, while the unemployed man is giving 213 minutes. Now see, even though the man is unemployed but the woman is employed, then also the employed woman who is working is giving much more contribution in the household work as compared to the unemployed male. Now let's come to next chart, and this talks about average minutes spent on unpaid domestic and care activities in a day across marital status in 2019. Marital status, this is unpaid work in minutes and this is marital status. So the blue bar is men while the red bar is female. Now let us first discuss about never married. So the people who have never married, so the men is giving 184 minutes while the female is given 259 minutes. Now who are currently married? Currently married men are giving 167 minutes while the female is giving 477 minutes. Now see the drastic difference between married men and married women. Then widowed, divorced or separated, men 255 minutes, women 341 minutes. So the difference between married men and married women is very, very high when it comes to contribution towards the unpaid work. So married women, employed or otherwise, spend around 8 hours in unpaid work every day, and married men spend around 2.8 hours in unpaid work every day. So there is a huge difference between men and women. Now let us talk about the percentage of men, women aged 15 to 59 who participated in select activities in 2019. Now there is rural and urban difference also. So this is area, this is gender, employment and related activities, and this is unpaid domestic services. Now let's see. First let us talk about the male who is living in rural areas. So employment and related activities, they are contributing 69.7% and unpaid domestic service 29.2%. Now let us talk about the female who are living in rural areas. Employment and related activities is 22.5%. while unpaid work is 93.2%. Then comes urban male, employment is 73%, unpaid domestic work is 22.5%. Now let us talk about urban female. Urban female employment contribution is 19.9%, while the unpaid domestic service is 88.8%. Now if we talk about total male and female, so total male, the employment and related activities is 70.7%, while unpaid contribution is unpaid domestic service 27%. And if we talk about female, then female is contributing in employment 21.7%, while the unpaid services is around 91.8%. So if you will see that rural and urban, it is not that females are working more in rural areas and not in urban areas. Female, when it comes to the contribution towards the unpaid domestic services, women in both rural and urban areas are contributing much more as compared to the male counterparts. And now there are many different scenarios for which a female, whether she is working, whether she is employed, has to work much more than a man when it comes to the unpaid or unorganized or care activities. And the reason can be many, like for example, the first reason can be patriarchy reason, second can be motherhood, third can be that they are the notion that females are meant to do household work. There are many a times we see that after entering into the motherhood, there are so many females who leave their job and they never enter back into the workforce. And there is a term called motherhood penalty that a female has to pay for giving birth to a baby. And these are few of the things which comes up and is coming up in recent times more, is because of the work-life balance notion which a woman after getting married does not possess, and the data is showing it. And what we need in the coming times is the sharing of responsibility, and the care economy needs to be given much more value and much more recognition. Now this is percentage of men and women aged 15 to 59 who participated in unpaid domestic work and employment across states. So this talks about states. So the first is that share of males employed. So if you will see that the how much males are employed is between 60 to 80%. And then if we see that the share of females employed, then it is basically between 10% to 40%. Males was 60 to 80%, females is 10 to 40%. Now look at here. Now share of males who did unpaid domestic work. Males who did unpaid domestic work, so the percentage is between 10 or you can say 15% to around 40%. And if we talk about share of females who did unpaid domestic work, so female doing unpaid domestic work, so it is between you can say 75 or 80 to 85, 90. So it is very clearly indicating the difference between male and female doing unpaid domestic work. And now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So the NFHS, that is the National Family Health Survey, is associated with which ministry? So that is Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Ministry of Home, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and none of the above. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.